Once you have edited all the skylines, you will want to export the data into a report. So you go to you go to File, Export Session Report Data, and then you have to fill out the pertinent information. So, name, Brenda Stamatiadis, 229 45th Street, Lindenhursty, okay, New York, 11575. Phone number. This will pop up automatically once you fill your default settings. Make sure that's accurate. So at this point, you need to determine which you're going to be using. So we have 2 roofs on this job. So I need to determine, based on what is in my skyline map from the site survey, which of these skylines I will be using. So I know that 14 and 15 represent a break in the skylines, because the first number represents which roof you're talking about. So this is roof 2, skyline 9. And this is roof 1, skyline 1. So then I have E, because that's an extra module, whatever system you want to come up with, but as long as your sitemap matches. So for this example, I'm going to do roof 1 first, so I would deselect all of these. So start with 11, work my way down, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And these were scenarios that I'm not going to get into. One thing to notice, though, is that the way you count, it goes from roof 1, skyline 9, to roof 1, skyline 10. So it doesn't go, you'd think it would jump to 20, it doesn't. It jumps to 110. And just ignore the E on both of those. So once I'm done that, hit Next, and I go to Export. And now it's going to export to a folder in your desktop. You're going to put that into Google Drive. But just so you see what I'm talking about, when you click that, the shading report will pop up. So for Brenda, by Dan, scroll down, session properties. This is the location. There's 9 skylines taken. These are the names of the ones that you selected. So I clearly made a mistake here. Oh no, never mind, sorry. So these are the names, these are the skylines, but the actual notes are what matter. So skyline 15, the note that I put is 11. So I want to make sure that 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Those are the ones that I wanted, and those are the ones that I got. So to a degree, you ignore these and you just reference the notes. This is going to tell you what our monthly averages are for this array. So in January, you can see there's a decent amount of shading and 59% solar access. February gets a bit better, 72, 88, 91, 92. It's in the 90s, and then it drops again in the winter. So the total solar resource factor is 74%. This goes into rebates and all that. You actually want it above 80, so this isn't a great roof. I might need to run some scenarios and see if I can do a better job. But having said that, the other information is these are the individual skylines. So for this particular skyline, it's not so bad, right? It's the high 90s monthly average. Same for this one, except it gets a little lower in the winter. And then you can see that skyline 13 on my site map has very low production in the winters. Same with skyline 14. So I would look at these where these modules are located to see if there's any way to reconfigure, and then I could possibly run a different shading report based on what I find there. But again, these are just the individual skylines, and we'll go into more detail on our one-on-one training about what you can do with this information. But one by one, you can see the different skylines, and the second page is going to talk about the total solar access of that array as a whole. And that's that.